going to be making a Jedi belt. Super exciting, right? Now, I'm sure you could figure that out from the title, but so since you're looking for the title, I know you're making a Jedi costume, in which case, awesome. So I'm making a Jedi costume too, for actually a Star Wars marathon. So I needed a Jedi belt, but I don't have $100 to spend. So I'm making a cheap one for you guys. Step 1, things that you'll need. A very thick belt. I got mine at Target. Well, I didn't actually get it at Target. I was looking at Savers, and I just happened to stumble upon this one. I think it's a woman's belt. I got it. It's from Target for $17. So I bought this, and with that, this is a somewhat normal belt here. This is the comparison. So it's a lot thicker. So I bought this. I actually got this for $5 from Savers. So go to Savers or whatever to see if you can find one cheap. If not, then go to Target, because it's working amazingly. Get a somewhat thin belt. This also is a woman's belt. I don't know why, but they have a bunch of awesome Star Wars stuff for women. I got this at a garage sale actually, and I bought two that were exactly the same, and I cut one in half. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it over like that and have the two meet up in the middle to connect with our buckle. Now for the buckle, I was going to try and find those clips that you can find on like backpacks or stuff like that. I saw some at Dollar Tree one time, so I went to go check there, but instead I didn't find them, and you can use so much for a Jedi belt clip. Like seriously, it's sci-fi stuff, and they just have random stuff. So what I ended up deciding to do, which I'm waiting for it to dry right now, is get a pack of these. They're disc shooters that you can get at Dollar Tree. And so I'm just getting one of these, and I'm going to paint it silver. I actually already have. I'm waiting for it to dry. But so I painted it silver. I'm going to glue that shut, so then it just stays like that. And then I'm going to glue these on, but we'll see that later. So for the capsules, I saw that a lot of people used pens and stuff like that. So I went to Dollar Tree, and it's actually around the time where school starts. It's actually a week until school starts when I'm making this video. So I went to Dollar Tree, and they had these permanent markers. It's backwards right now on the camera, but it says permanent markers. So the cool thing about that is that there was 8 of them, which a Jedi usually has 4 on each side. 2 gold, 2 silver on each side. So what I did was I took off the caps, and I'm spray painting them silver right now. The thing that you will want, though, that is like essential, is that the I'll show you in a minute, but that this thing is the cap comes to down here. So then the cap doesn't, this thing doesn't go up, and then the cap continues. The cap stops right here and stops down here, which I'll show you after the markers dry. Now for the packs, I didn't really have anything for them, so I'm kind of leaving those out. But something that you could use, which I have and I probably will end up using, is a Nerf, it's not Nerf, it's Busby. Is a Busby dart pack that you can just, it has a belt clip on it, so you can just hook it onto the belt, which is super cool. Now for the lightsaber, I'm probably going to have a tutorial for these, for this later on, but for the lightsaber, if you want to be like really cool and accurate, which I'm not going to be for the marathon because I don't have a belt clip for it yet. But I'm really sorry that my head is like getting cut off here. But I am going to be making a tutorial on how to make this later on. But this is a sync tube lightsaber, which you can find a tutorial for multiple other places. The one that I liked the most was iFlame's tutorial on how to make these. So check him out, he's got an awesome channel. Something else that you can use is one of these old toys that just hook right onto the belt, just like that. Super simple, super easy, super cheap. They're like $10, I think. So I think they're $10. I don't really know. But yeah, so there we go. Now on to how to make it. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be prepping the thin belt to be glued onto the thick belt. Now how we're going to do that is we're going to cut the thin belt right around that area, and then after that's done, we're going to cut the thin belt in half the long way. Now how we're going to make sure that it's straight is we're going to follow those dots along the center of the belt, and then hopefully keep it straight down there. Now once you do that, it should look something like this. Now as you can see at the end, I tried to follow those dots along there and all the way along the belt, so hopefully it turned out around right. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our wonderfully spray painted buckle, and if you have one of these disc shooters, fill the bottom with glue because it's not flat, and then we're going to be gluing each end of the thin belt onto the buckle. Now as you can see, I have my trusty hot glue gun. Now what we're going to be doing with that is we are going to glue the thin belt onto the thick belt, and I will show you that now. So now we're going to be gluing the thin belt to the thick belt. Right now I am gluing the left side of the thin belt to the left side of the thick belt. Now the reason why we do that is so then we have one side attached, so then it gets some length when we curve it, to make sure that it's actually able to curve around and that the thin belt isn't too tight onto the thick belt when we do that. So what you want to do is you want to fill the, if you're using those disc shooters, you want to fill the bottom of it with glue so it has a thin, not thin, but a flat surface to actually glue onto the belt. So now I am curving the belt so I can glue the other sides. You want to put it buckle to buckle, so then when you glue it, then it's actually the length that you want it to be at when you're wearing it. Now, it doesn't have to be the exact way that it will be around your waist. As long as it's curved, the belt will be okay around your waist. And there might be some room on it, but it'll be the way that it should be. Now, with the thin belt, you're going to want to cover the end with glue so then it has a nice tight hold, and then you have those two parts put together. Now some ways that you can make this actually look better and more screen accurate, which I think is pretty good, is getting a legit Jedi buckle. Another thing is that you can also get a thicker actual belt, put that across, that would look really nice. Another thing that you can do is flip this around, because there's a nice shinier leather color, but I didn't really feel like doing that. And then something that you can also do is something that a lot of people have done is get studs and actually put them in here, so then you don't have to do the hot glue thing like I did. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Hope you guys are too. I'm really excited for the next tutorial. Catch you guys later.